Hello from Auburn, Washington. From from Vienna to Washington. It's been a wild ride. Today we are starting our journey across the country. We're starting in Washington with the intention of hitting up Pennsylvania for Soul Camp by September 9th, and then trickling down to Asheville, North Carolina, which we just have to see for some reason. It's somehow found its way into our being that we just know that we must see it. Will it be the place that we settle and end up? I don't know. But it's been really fun honoring desires, and I've been having a lot of desires lately that have surprised me. And things that just come up and things that are out of the ordinary, where in the past I would have shoved them away, oh, that's not me, or I don't do that, or oh, that's not for me. Instead, I'm just allowing and entertaining this idea of, wow, well, this is showing up for a reason. I'm going to explore it. I'm going to love it. I'm going to let it seduce me. I'm going to play in the space of being oh, what if, instead of immediately knocking it down because it might be work or money or time or just outside of the realm of what I thought was for me. And my haircut is one example. I kept seeing my friend Daniel's Instagram posts of all these fabulous haircuts he was doing, and all of a sudden I realized ooh, I desire a haircut from Daniel. And he's super swanky, West Hollywood hairstylist to the stars and stuff. And in the past I would have been oh, I don't spend that much on my hair, or I'm not worthy of getting, being that fabulous, or of spending that much money on just hair or something for me, where I just actually started owning my desire and be well, I want it and I can make it happen for myself, so why not? And I feel like Asheville is an example of that too. It's oh, it's all the way on the other side of the country, and we're going to drive all the way there, and who knows what's going to happen when we get there, but there's just something inside telling us that go there, go there, go there, and it just feels good to listen. It feels good to just honor whatever is coming up, because I truly believe that desires are just God-given gifts. I feel like they are instilled within us to just show us how to unfold more of ourselves, or what path that we would be most beautiful or aligned for us, where I feel like desires can kind of get a bad rap of being frivolous, or even the word desire is kind of or in the sexual realm of, oh, I desire you, or I desire this. But a desire can be anything. A desire can be an urge, a nudge, a little push, a little just inkling of ooh, yeah, I want that, or ooh. And allowing ourselves to honor these messages that we get, at least that I get, just allows me to be more connected to the divine, and more connected to those parts of myself that know exactly what is for my highest good, and know exactly what I need to unfold in myself and be more free and more expressed and more full of love and more abundant and more all those things. So yeah, we're driving really far. I'm really excited. And please, if you feel called, just bless our journey. And I do a little blessing of our cars and of our day and stuff before we take off, just surrounding us in a field of protection and light and love. And I really want to call in so much pleasure on this next leg of our adventure. And I feel like the last 3 months I've been really trying to find my footing, my grounding of what are we doing? Where are we going? What is happening? Are we camping? Are we staying in hotels? Are we staying with friends? Are we, where are we staying tonight? And feeling a little unsettled by that. But now I feel we got this. We know what we're doing. We're so incredibly blessed. Every door opens every single time. And just with that knowing and that truth and that belief, of course it does. And so I think I want to up the ante for this next leg of the trip, and just feel set the intention to okay, how am I going to deepen in my experience of pleasure every single day? So that is the challenge that I'm putting out for myself for this leg and for these videos, and I'm really excited to report about that, about the wins and the challenges and the things and all the beliefs that come up of being oh, it's not possible to be in my pleasure in Omaha, Nebraska. Well, I'm really willing to disprove that, because pleasure is within me, and it's within everybody, and we can access it whenever, all the time, every single moment, and that's my intention. So setting that intention. And I wanted to end each of these videos along this trip with 3 questions that I'm going to answer every day. They're going to have different answers, and they are going to be, what am I grateful for today? Because knowing that's just such a pillar of just being able to take in more, being able to be grateful and expand in the vibration of love and energy and get bigger to allow in more. So what am I grateful for? What creation am I celebrating today? Knowing that my entire life is my creation. I am responsible for everything that I call in, and I want to celebrate the things that I call in for myself. So what creation am I celebrating today? And then the third question, what else am I calling in? Like the what next? Like the thank you more please. Like what else? What am I desiring? And so for today, what am I grateful for? Is just coming forward. It's like I'm grateful for this hotel room. I'm grateful for this hotel room and just being this representation of like every single night that we've needed somewhere to stay or needed something to happen, it has happened. And we've just been able to provide for ourselves and be open to receiving from others. So I'm so grateful for just this hotel room as a representation of love and support. What celebration or what creation am I celebrating is just this trip that I'm going on right now today, like in 15 minutes when David gets back from Jiffy Lube. Like we're driving across the country to Soul Camp because we want to, and then we're going to see this other place that seems rad because we want to, and I just acknowledge myself for creating a life where I get to do this. And I know that everyone gets to do this, not this specifically. If they want to, they can. But everyone gets to create something that they want. Everyone has that power. And I'm just acknowledging myself for like getting myself to this situation. It's pretty rad. And what am I calling in? I'm calling in like a deepening in my connection to the divine. I really got away from like my daily practices while I was in Europe, and I'm so excited to just like deepen, to meditate, to do my readings, to do my journaling, to do my card pulling, to burn the incense, do all the hippie woo-woo awesome stuff that just makes me feel really good and makes me come back to this place that's very clear and just knows my path. So that my head doesn't have to try to figure it out. So those are my 3 questions. Love it if you want to answer those too. They're really, really good for grounding each day. And I'm really excited to keep creating these videos on the road. We're going for Coeur d'Alene, Idaho tonight, and then hopefully Yellowstone the next day, which I've wanted to see forever. So desires, 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 manifesting all the time. Thanks for watching.